On down, yeah. Communication so real, no cap. A different language for woman and man. Decode the language and you'll understand. Nah, it'll help you out. Rest assured, women have no doubt. Pillow talk, dinner talk. Give you the info to walk the walk. Now, sometimes it's a foreign language. Now know what's up. Don't mistake it. This'll help you every situation. Empower yourself. It's liberating, yeah. Communication, don't need no speculation. Just get that clarification, then reconciliation. Man translation, yeah. Man translation, yeah.
Welcome. Come on in, ladies. Come on in. And gentlemen, come on in. Did y'all miss us? I know y'all missed us. Yes, Dante came to Houston, Texas for his birthday. And we were going to come on and we were going to show you a little bit of, excerpts from his birthday, but everybody's phone was dead.
What? Everybody's gone.
Everybody's phone was dead. So, but we had a great time last week. Dante was here in Texas celebrating his, how old are you?
37.
His 37th birthday. So if he's 37, y'all know how old I am, right? So man translation, where we bridge the gap in communication between men and women. And we talk about all kind of good stuff. We talk about if you ride or die chick. We talk about what we talked about. We talked about reactive abuse. We talked about soul ties, invisible bondage. We done talked about everything. Younger women, older women. We talked about how to resolve and restore conflict in relationships, how to build exceptional relationships. This is the truth over here. Y'all better like and share this channel because we talk about good stuff over here. And we talk about things that we experience. So I'm Scott C. This is Dante V, our communication and relationship strategist, because you need a strategy, you need a plan, you need a blueprint, you need some answers for your life. You don't need anybody's opinions. What do I bring to the table? I bring to the table experience. You don't have experience. Your elders have experience. You think your elders don't know. Oh, they old. They don't know anything. Let me tell y'all something. My mistakes are smarter than you are. My mistakes are smarter than you. We know what you need to know. We are here to help you find the landmines, to help you to say,
no. Stay with your chest.
Don't go that way. Don't step that way. Don't deal with that dude. No, that ain't that dude right there. Something ain't right about that dude. You need to watch him. Put both your eyes on him. While you all look excited about, because he cute, he got muscles, and he smell good. We saying, nah, cut through all that cologne. Cut through all that. Because remember, in the movie, Think Like a Man, that wasn't his car. He wasn't even living in his own apartment. It was fake. He was fake. So we talk about all the good stuff. We share our own experiences so that you can build a better quality life. You need to be building a quality life don't have nothing to do with money. Building a quality life has to do with the decisions that you make. Whether you meet your destiny and your destination depends on the decisions that you make. So we're here to help you make those decisions. And we're going to be talking about main chick, side chick. Which one are you? Right, Dante? I just don't understand. Ask me this question. Men, from my experience, they can't even handle one woman. How they gonna have two?
Because they're trying to fill the gap of what's missing from the one woman that they don't realize that is already there.
Wait, hold up. Is this Play-Doh? Are we playing with Play-Doh? Are we children or are we adults? Is this build a woman? What is this? That's what this is. This is build a woman.
That's what it's really like. You're trying to get something from each of them that the other one doesn't have, or the other one you think doesn't have. So it can be viewed that way.
So what does the main chick have that the side chick don't have? Or is the side chick the freak chick?
A lot of times the side chick is the freak chick. And that's really about it. The main chick will have all the qualities that's needed, whether she's a nurturer, she's an actual mother, she's that woman figure. Again, woman figure. But she might be lacking something that he feels as though may or may not be needed. The freak chick is nothing but, I'm sorry, the side chick is nothing just, it's the supermarket versus the convenience store. The supermarket is going to have the majority of everything you need. Something might be out of stock. So you head over to the convenience store. And most people go shopping in the convenience store, and the convenience store isn't meant for that. Because you'll definitely spend more money at the convenience store than you do the actual grocery store.
And see, again, we're back at square one again. Everything is all about object. Of course, Kevin Samuels has said some controversial thing yet again. But I told y'all this. I told y'all that men see you as 30, 35, you're all washed up. But he's calling you a leftover. Like you some collard greens or something that tastes good the next day. Like what? Like what? This ain't collard greens. You see what I'm saying? This not a car. Like these are human beings.
That's how it's being treated. That's how it's being viewed. That you are that being able to be with someone has a limit. There's a number. So for him, it might be 35. But it's people well over 35 who are in relationships, they're healthy, they're getting married, and in some cases they have kids.
But the thing is that and that's one of the reasons why I always say this show is so, cutting edge and raw and truthful, because I think that's the furthest thing from the truth. To me, as you get older, you create such, like, you're supposed to get wiser and better. You're definitely smarter. As you get older, you're smarter. So I think that by the time you get 35, you really know what you want in a man. You're really ready to settle down. I think 35 is a perfect age to get married. There is no way a woman at 35 is leftover. I think that for him, he's looking at women that haven't really been taught, that have 3 or 4 children, and they have 3 or 4, baby daddies and stuff like that. If you didn't grow up in a time, like in my generation, they kind of stress for you they stress marriage. They didn't want you to have children out of wedlock. And so I know my grandmother, she was real big on me not having children out of wedlock. And so I come from that generation. But I think as the generations go, it's not as important, because marriage is not even looked at. It's looked at as, really, people don't even think about even getting married really anymore, unless they are.
It's not a conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a conversation, because
yeah,
what was harped on back then, not your generation, but before your generation, is okay.
Yeah.
You have to have the man and the 2.5 kids in the house, the picket fence, all that stuff. Then it's just find you a man. And then the next generation is like, well, you don't really need a man, just to, you can have sex with anybody. And then it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse from there. Like, key components are being left out. So it's not a major thing. It's not a criteria. It's like, okay, I'm with him. I got the kids. I'm gonna be taking care of him anyway while he go head on and run the streets or whatever the case may be. And it's like, we're missing, with each generation, we're missing something.
Well, I think it's because you have, my generation that's not teaching the younger generation. The younger generation feels as though that the older generation, the older women, are in competition with them. We're not in competition with you. We've been where you are. There is no competition. We're born in 2 totally different times. There is no competition. As far as like physically, I know people my age look better than some of the young girls. So that's a personal thing. How you take care of your body. You could be young and be overweight. You could be old and be overweight. You could be old and in shape. So that's just a personal preference as to how you take care of yourself. But you don't be jealous of somebody because they got a body. You could go get a body. Go to the gym. You can get a body. You ain't got one. You can go get you one. You know what I'm saying? Some people go buy them one. Go get them a BBL or whatever. So ain't nobody tripping about your body. You know, we're more focused on your mind. And I think that is not enough of people from my generation really trying to, you know, I think that the young girls that I talk to, when they see that you really care about them and you really want their success, they listen to you. They listen to you. You know what I'm saying? They listen to you. And just like when we went out, the girl was like, "Oh, okay, I see you got your Cardi B's on." You don't, as you get older, you don't lose your style. Whatever you wore when you were young, you don't stop wearing that when you get older. If you have style, you got style. You don't stop having style because you're in your 40s or your 50s or whatever. If anything, as you get older, you get more refined.
Yes. But people don't get that. They don't understand that. It's like when you old, and that's it.
Yeah. It's like I don't really look at it as old. I look at it as you just have been here longer, you have more experiences and you have more to offer. Not only do you have more to offer the generation under you, you also have more to offer in a relationship because you've been in some relationship and you've learned some things.
But they gotta be willing to listen and to receive. That's the other major thing too. So it's like not only is the older generation not passing down, even if they were, the younger generation ain't listening.
Well, because you have a lot of more older women that, man, the stuff that be popping up on social media, I cringe. They have on their little body cons, they bending over and doing all that stuff, and it's like it's not even necessary. It is not necessary for me to prove to you that I know how to dance, that I know how to do the dances that you know how to do. Because guess what? Those dances were out when I was young. Y'all, they're not doing anything.
Recycled.
Yeah, they're not doing anything different than what we were doing. Matter of fact, we were doing a little bit nastier. You know, sometimes when I look at Soul Train, I just be like, oh my God.
No, in the music, oh gosh.
We used to live for Soul Train. We used to live that's how we learned dances from Soul Train. When I look at Soul Train now, I be like, Lord have mercy. But anyway, back to the main chick and the side chick. There's a lot of women that are sharing their man and don't know that they're sharing. They're sharing their man, Dante. And we always want to give you some telltale signs of how do you know when he even has a side chick?
Things ain't the same. I mean, granted, you can go with the telltale signs that, he's taking better care of himself, or, he wants to go to generally when a man wants to go to the gym, he'll probably want to go with you. But if he's just, hey, I got this, I'm going to go by myself, he knows something. I ain't gonna say no names, but I know a couple guys I work with, and it's like you need to get you a gym membership, man, because it's women all up and through here. It's like, yeah, that's not why I'm going. Granted, I have been, I've definitely been, and we might be on the treadmill lifting weights, and hey, look, and it's one of those type things because women stay in the gym. They want to get themselves together, but they're getting themselves together for them. For some men, the gym is just a place to meet a woman. Oh,
so you're saying he want to go to the gym without you because he using the gym as a pickup spot?
It should be no problem if you say, hey, you got a gym membership. In most gyms, if you have a membership, they'll let you bring someone in free for a week or whatever the case may be.
Your guest.
Depending. Yeah, depending. If he has an issue with you going, yeah, we just going to go ahead on and just red flag that. That's one.
I feel so bad for y'all generation. I do. I feel bad. It's the stuff that y'all have to deal with in relationships. It's ridiculous. This stuff is, and it's so popular in like mainstream. It's like nobody is teaching faithfulness. You know, they always talk about what is it that you bring to the table. You know, I bring honesty, integrity. How about some honesty, integrity, some loyalty? How about some commitment? How about those things? How about those invaluable things?
I don't know. That question kind of bothers me. What do you bring to the table, ma'am? I bring the house to put the table in.
I mean, but I'm just saying, like, how do you expect to build a relationship with this garbage? I mean, this is straight garbage.
No, because I mean, I will definitely say that it's almost like looking in the trash can for a full meal, because you're gonna get some scraps. Some stuff gonna be sour, some stuff gonna make you sick. And no, they're not taught that. And then when you do find someone, unfortunately, not saying all, but some of them have damage. They're damaged goods. You got to go,
because these young girls. It was a thing that popped up in my social media today. I don't know why this stuff pops up in my social media. I hate it. But the girl was beating up the baby. The baby looked like it was about between 3 and 6 months old, and she was smacking the crap out of the baby because the father put a picture of, I guess, one of his girlfriends or whatever he put up on social media. It totally sent her over the moon, and she was taking it out on the baby. So I will keep saying it over and over and over again. My generation has to teach these young girls. First of all, if you're not married, you shouldn't be having babies with nobody. Now, I can understand you might have one baby. Okay. And then 5 years later, you might meet somebody else, then you might have another baby. But these stair steps, back to back to back to back to back babies with all these different dudes, that means you're not being taught. That means nobody is sitting down talking to you. That means you're looking for love and you're not getting love in return. And you're not understanding that love first comes with yourself. You can't give what you don't have. So that's why this show is so important, because we need to be empowering our young men, empowering our young women, that, you know, these dudes ain't going nowhere. They're going to be there. Your education comes first. You know, my grandmother always impressed upon me the importance of education, of getting educated. You know, what are your goals in life? What is it that you want to do? We got to stop teaching women that the goal for them when they get grown is a wedding. No, it's not. The goal is the purpose for your life. What do you want to do with your life? What do you want to do in school? What do you want to be? You know, remember we used to ask children that when they were small. What do you want to be when you grow up? You know, the goal is not a wedding. The goal is not a husband.
The goal,
that is not the goal.
The goal for some is a wedding because they want to be taken care of. And it's that facade that, well, my husband's gonna take care of me, my husband's gonna do this, and my husband's gonna do that. Advice. You know, so for some people it's vice versa. She might have that good 6-figure job and you just can't quite get there. But if she loves me, she'll take care. I mean, have we not, what was that movie? The Tinder Swindler or something like that?
Right.
And he had these women doing all sorts of stuff for him, and they basically got just jacked in return. Sometimes it's like that as well.
But the purpose of a marriage or the purpose of a husband is not to be taken care of.
They don't know that.
The purpose of a marriage is to fulfill purpose. Is that you know, and this is the thing that gets me. How everybody want to be married, but don't nobody believe in God. That's what trips me out. Everybody want to be married, don't nobody believe in God, don't nobody read their Bible, or the Bible was written by a white man. But then why you want to get married then? God created marriage. The devil didn't create marriage. Why do you want to participate in something that God created, but you don't want anything to do with the God that created it?
Because it benefits them in some way, shape, or form.
No, it doesn't. Marriage is a 50% divorce rate. No, it don't.
Because people get married to the wrong people. That's why a 50% divorce rate. They go after what looks good and what feels good, and that's actually what's good for them or what actually meets the purpose.
You get married and he got a side chick. Okay, answer that question. Why bother to get married? If you're gonna have all these chicks and a mistress, you got a mistress, a side chick, and a chick for tomorrow and all this. Why bother to get married? Why bother? For what? What for?
Because a lot of people, a lot of men, get married because she's about to leave. It's women out there right now, and no disrespect to them, but they got a ring on their finger because they're about to go, and he said, "Will you marry me?" And now she's in this fiance ship for another 8 years until they actually decide to jump the broom, get married, or whatever the case may be.
And excited about it. Been a fiance for 10 years and excited about it. Mm-hmm. And he ain't got no plans on marrying you today, tomorrow, or 10 more years from now. And this is what I'm saying. That's why we have to talk about this stuff. We have to talk about the dynamics of a relationship. Have a relationship with yourself so you won't be. And what are the signs of a side chick? You got dudes who got phone numbers of women under their mother's name, under their cousin's name. Oh, that's my cousin. Oh, that's my sister. Like you in the relationship lying.
You sure talking to Pizza Hut a lot.
Right. I mean, you got all these codes. You got second phones with codes in it. You know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't understand it. And I don't understand why women fall for it. I understand why women fall for it. I understand why they participate.
I know why they fall for it. I know exactly why they fall for it.
Why they fall for it?
They fall for it because fear of missing out. Or they're so focused on their potential. Oh, well, when I first met him, he was this, and this. So you're still looking to get back to that honeymoon phase, but that honeymoon phase ain't coming again unless, unfortunately, something drastic happens. Because with some men, something bad has to happen for them to be like, man, I'm about to lose her, I'm about to do this, and then they just take it up another step temporarily to get them back to where it's okay, she's not thinking about this. Then you go back to what you were doing before, because there's no actual growth.
But this is like the show we talked about. Is it love, lust, or infatuation? When people are not really experiencing love, they're experiencing lust and infatuation, and indeed they are addicted to the other person. How the other person makes them feel. When you're chasing a feeling, that's the same thing they say when you smoke crack. When you smoke crack for the first time, you get this high, and after that, you're just chasing that high. And people are doing that with other people. So you're looking for that same feeling he gave you when you first met him. Now he's treating you like trash, and you waiting for it to loop back around. Oh, things are going to get better. No, they're not. No, they are not.
They're gonna get better, but it's only going to be temporarily, because then he's gonna go back. Because again, it's almost like that child. They're in school, they're acting up, and the teacher looks at them and says, "I'm gonna call your parents." And then all of a sudden, they're like the model citizen at that point. And then if you don't call the parent, they can go in there and start acting up and doing the same thing again. But if you do call, okay, let me be good for a while because you don't want to deal with mom, dad, or uncle, whoever. And then eventually they're going to go back to what they were doing before, because that's just who they are.
Yep, and that's manipulation. What they're doing is manipulation. That temporary behavioral change to keep you, to keep you in this situation. And I just think that it's so many things. And then like the education system is totally imploded, completely, totally imploded. So they're not going to learn anything in school, because school is, the education system is totally being revamped right now. It's totally collapsed. It has to be rebuilt right now. So they're not going to be teaching that, in school, but psychologically and mentally, Like, look at where our young people are. Like, look at how they think and how they operate.
They think that's okay.
Their total influence is coming from celebrities.
Yeah, because the parents doing that as well. We all watch Love and Hip Hop together. So how much words you got? Are you looking at the relationship between the child on the show and their parent, and there was no actual discipline? They just let them do whatever, probably because they got money or whatever the case. I think Young Jock was in the news a couple while ago because how he was basically trying to get his son not to do or follow in his footsteps, and it was like, oh, this is bad parenting. This is this and that. And he lashed out. And I was like, I understand where he was coming from. I get it.
I mean, but the thing is that just goes back to, when you have children who they judge what they see you do, not what you say, but what it is that you do. But where that's concerned, you have to have grace. But I think that all of this stuff seems to be cute for men to have a main chick and a side chick to the point that they have no integrity to come out and say, I don't want to be in a relationship with you anymore. Like, what is the problem that men do not want to confront situations? You just rather lie.
Because they'd rather play victim than to deal with what needs to be dealt with. Because for a man, some men, it sounds better if, oh, she left me rather than I left her.
That's childish. Well, it's not working. It don't matter who left who. It's not working. Point blank. It's not working. So it doesn't matter who left who. That's immature. Who cares? Yeah. Like, who cares? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? Well, who's at the door? Okay. So just say that it's over. Say that you don't want to be with that person. Don't just string somebody along. And I think that if we could just start to get back to humanity and looking at people as human beings with feelings, women have feelings. They are not objects. They're not leftover collard greens. Okay, Kevin? They are human with feelings.
I also think the other thing, how some people get into the mainstream side chick, honestly, is dating. Because when you're in that talking phase, you can be talking to different people, and you might like something about all of them. But then when it's time for you to close the door on some of them because you actually see someone you want to be with, that's also an issue too. Because it's like, yeah, you like her, but you've also developed these other relationships with these other ones where it's like, she can do this, and she can do that, and she can do this. And again, it's always something missing from all of them. So now you dedicate to the one where you don't really dedicate, but you tell her, yeah, we're going to do this. But you never close the door on the other ones, but you just keep them in the talking phase, but you're supposed to be with somebody.
That's why dating doesn't come before marriage. That's why dating comes after marriage. Because when you're in the dating phase, nobody owes you anything. Women don't think that way. That's why we have this show to decode and demystify and translate.
Gosh, women know. Because if you talking to them, you talking to them. Let you go off and find somebody else. And it's like, utter attitude. How dare you? What you talking to who? Just because she cut somebody off or cut people off or deleted the app or whatever the case may be,
dating is not exclusive. Dating is not exclusive. Dating for men means that they are out there with however many people that they want to be out there with. They're not, when a man is in dating mode, he's not thinking about marriage. Women, he's not thinking about marrying anybody for any reason. Like, no, that's not what he's thinking. He's thinking, I could go and see as many women as I want to. And like you said, he may have somebody that he likes more than all the rest of them. But my thing is that you need to be upfront with that.
Please. They're not going to be upfront because it's the potential of them losing whomever. Because if you found somebody else, I can't talk to you or deal with you in that aspect to which I was. And men know that. So it's like, we're just not going to tell her this. Because for some men, if I don't tell you, it's not lying. I'm just omitting information.
That is twisted, upside down, backwards thinking. No, that is twisted. When you are a person of integrity, you are upfront with people. You remember, honesty is what you have with yourself. Integrity is what you have. Integrity is what you have with yourself. Honesty is what you have with other people. When you're integral or whole, you're honest with people. You're not afraid of losing people because you have integrity with yourself. We have to get back to integrity. We got to get back to wholeness. We cannot keep having all of these broken relationships with these twisted, upside down, and backwards thinking. Okay, no, if you lose them, then that means they wasn't supposed to be a part of your life from the jump.
No, they don't understand that. They don't get that. It's like, hey, although I know you're not supposed to be here, allow me to keep you way longer than what I'm supposed to. And that's exactly what happens.
No, because the thing is that, and I watch a couple of them shows, but I watch for different reasons. I watch because you start out watching for one reason, and then the show make a left turn. But they have this woman on this one show where the whole world knows her husband is cheating. Everybody in the planet can see that this man is guilty of sin and he's cheating. She can't see it. She keeps saying, bring me some proof, bring me some proof. And that's true. When you're in a relationship with somebody and they have painted a picture of themselves to be what you asked them to be, because you told them how you wanted them to be. Remember, we talked about that. Whatever you tell the man, that's what he's going to morph into.
Yep.
So now she's not going to believe you until she sees it with her own eyes. Right?
Maybe.
So,
go ahead.
And this is a married situation, and you can see the guilt written all over the man. You can see he about to explode. He wants to tell this woman so bad that not only do he got a mistress or a side chick, but he also probably got a baby too. He wants to tell her so bad. Because what man goes out and have a vasectomy without somebody asking him to? Men don't do that. Men just don't up and do that. Not on their own, they don't. You know what I'm saying? What husband flies to Africa by himself, don't take his family? Like, what man does that? You know what I mean? So it's like the woman, she's not really, the signs are there, and she's not taking heed to the signs. And then he's not being truthful about the situation. Meanwhile, the children are watching, and they're going to learn the same behavior and carry the same thing on. And that's the part that I'm thinking about. That all of this is learned behavior. Yeah, all of this behavior that's being passed down on and on and on. All of these liars, all of these cheaters, people have no integrity, they don't have no honesty, they have no shame, they have no decorum about themselves whatsoever. And then when somebody from my generation comes to try to help you, well, you're old. You better hope you make it to my age and look as good as I do when you get there.
Yeah, they ain't looking at that. They ain't looking at that at all.
Because you need some help. Anytime that you got to keep arguing and fussing about seeing somebody's phone, I shouldn't have to be concerned about what's in your phone.
You should not. You should not. That shouldn't even be a priority. But again, a lot of them, they're coming from broken situations where as though he can keep in this phone on lock or whatever. Every time you go out, the phone face down, and
Like did you see? I don't know whether I think it was a commercial. The guy was in the wife dropped him off or something at the hospital to have surgery. And she accidentally took his jacket that had his phone, and they showed him running out the hospital with his butt hanging out, trying to get his phone.
that wasn't a commercial. That was a Vine, a TikTok, something. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, and he had the gown on and everything. Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We got more people fighting about phones and social media statuses. If these are not red flags that dude got a side chick, what is it that we can say to you that's gonna make you open your eyes to see that you ain't, you're not, matter of fact, you might not be the main chick but for so long. So when does the side chick become the main chick? Because she's trying to get in position. Side chick trying to be main chick.
That the side chick is the side chick. She's already in position. The only thing that's gonna mess it up is when the main chick start figuring things out. Now she got to go because you get a little too close. So you get pushed to the side, and then this is one of those things where y'all break up. Then a couple days later, he with somebody.
He was always with somebody.
Right, but to you, this is new to you. It's not new to him. It's not new to her. So now she getting playtime, and the other one's on the bench because she's trying to figure out what happened. Granted, she's smart. She knows.
But these are people's lives.
Please.
Like, this is not a Monopoly game. This is people's lives. These are people's feelings. While you talking about somebody is leftovers, like, these are people's lives. These are real live people. Like, this is so tragic and sad. I really feel like it's just so horrible because this has been going on, even from my generation. You have husbands with families around the corner. You're going to school with your brothers and sisters. And this is happening where people are getting involved with people that's their cousins and they don't even know. So, like, when are the men going to wake up? Like, when are the men going to wake up and get in their proper place, in their proper position, and stop blaming women for all that ails the world?
Men get into their position and they realize things when they hit rock bottom. If it's not their daughter that they can see that their actions in, ain't nothing gonna change. If it's not their mother that this is happening to, they're not gonna change. Their sister, grandmother, I don't know if grandma's still alive, but if she's still alive and still out there doing her thing, same thing. They have to see someone that's close to them go through the very same thing that they're doing for them to be like, maybe I have to change. Some of them do, because your daughter's sitting there crying on your shoulder, telling you the actions that you've done to someone else's child, someone else's daughter, somebody else's mom. Something like that has to happen. Drasticness has to happen.
Because you have all of these, podcasts, these men, these groups of men popping up with these podcasts, and all they do is complain about women don't do this, and women don't this, and women should this, and women should that, and this and that. When you're the ones who are supposed to be the leaders, you're the ones who are supposed to step into position. You're the ones who you want women to submit to you, but you don't know how to lead. You have no idea how to lead. You have not been taught how to lead, but you want somebody to follow you. Nobody's going to follow anybody that's not going to lead them someplace. And I think that's what women are starting to realize, is that they have been in these relationships and they've submitted to men who have no leadership ability, no leadership skills. The only thing they know how to lead with is their penises, and their penises is leading them into multiple holes. And then you have nothing. We're talking about generational wealth. We're talking about building and leaving legacies. We need the men to step up to their place and position to be able to leave legacies and all of that. And then you have women that, we did a show about a ride or die chick and what that really means. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And you stay there and you think, okay, yeah, I'm gonna help him. And then when he get on his feet and make money and make his $1 million, he leave you because he was only using you in the first place. So I think that We need to start focusing on, because we're trying to translate the mind of a man, because men don't think the same. But it doesn't seem like their thinking is on the level. Your thinking is twisted. Your thinking is backwards. Your thinking is upside down. And our children need strong fathers in the home. Just because you can't get along with the mother, what that had to do with the children? That has nothing to do with the children. You got dudes killing the girl because he don't want to pay child support. Like, what kind of thinking is that? Oh, she's gonna take the money and get her hair done. So what? Once you give her the money, you don't need to worry about what she do with it. Ain't none of your business. Your job.
We're done. But that's the thing, because there's some emotion there. There's still something there, and for the most part, sometimes is the money going to the child? Sometimes it's not, but it's still going to the household. It's still documented. So what do you need? But it's looked at like, okay, for some women, it's like, I'm gonna get his pockets. And most men is like, well, we're not gonna do this. And I mean, I've seen it where men will go to court and like, really, I ain't got no job. Just because, so they don't have to pay. Just because they don't want that woman doing better than them with their money or their obligation that they're supposed to be giving to their child.
Again, that's immature.
That's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with immaturity. Because maturity doesn't have this. Maturity don't have this issue. Maturity is cool. You want to? Okay, fine. Here you go. Oh, you don't want to be here anymore? Well, listen. Is there anything that I could have improved upon? I mean, you still leaving, but for me, is there anything I could have improved upon in this relationship? No. All right. Well, stay safe. Stay blessed. I'm not coming up to your job. I'm not stalking you. I'm not, social media. Checking up on the page every 2 minutes. She got somebody. You got to go.
The thing is that who would want to be a side chick and get a part? And you got a part-time man. You can't see him whenever you want to. You can only see him if he's able to sneak out a couple hours to be with you. You know what I'm saying? You can't even have a full-fledged relationship with the man, because he's really kind of obligated to somebody else. You can only see him at certain times, and other times, he with his family. Like, who's selling for that? That's not cute. Who said that was cute? That ain't cute.
Society, unfortunately.
Nobody wants to be number two. I wouldn't even marry a man that's been married before. If I can't be number one, I'll just be zero. Oh, you've been married before? Oh, guess what? I'm not gonna be your second wife. No. Sorry. Oh, I'm not gonna be your second wife. No. And I know that.
I'm leaving that one alone.
Even though I was married. What?
I'm leaving that one alone. I'm not gonna touch that one.
I don't care.
That's your personal preference. That's your preference.
That is because I've been married before, but to me that marriage don't count because I was too young to be married, so I don't count it. So I was married 0 times. Okay, a 0. That marriage don't exist. So anyway, I'm not being number two to nobody. Period. Not happening. Where is self-respect? Where is dignity? Where is self-dignity? Where is self-respect? I want to know what happened to all the virtues in the world? Like, this generation just don't have none. You don't have no dignity and you ain't got no shame. My daughter bought me a sewing machine, and I didn't got to pull it out. Double standard. Yep. I got to pull it out because I can't even find no clothes to wear. Everything is revealing, your back out, your butt, your sides out. We might as well just wear a thread and just walk on down the street with the thread on. Because the clothes, even the quality of the clothes, you can't even buy clothes anymore and cover up. They showed Blac Chyna going to court. Do you know what everybody kept saying? She looked so much better covered up. She looked so much better covered up. She was sharp. Girl was sharp. She had these sharp suits on, sharp. The most clothes you ever seen that woman wear ever. Same thing with Beyonce. She looked better covered up. You look better covered up. Like you can't even find no clothes to cover up in. If you buy a suit, the back is out. I don't want my back out. I want my back covered up. If I buy a dress, I don't want it the holes in the side all the way down the leg. I don't want that. I don't want no slit all the way up to my the top of my thigh. I don't want that. We need to teach modesty. We need to teach some decorum. You need to know how to carry yourself like a lady. I don't need all my body hanging all out, all my orifices hanging out.
Orifices. I ain't heard that word
holes.
in a long time.
I know.
Holes.
I don't need my holes. I don't need my holes. I don't need my breast sitting up like a butt. I can't. I buy a shirt. I gotta sew the thing because it's all. I might not have all that, but if I did, I don't want a butt in the front and a butt in the back. I don't want all that. I don't need all that.
All right, let's because we have completely digressed at this point.
No, we didn't, because this is all the reason why you're a side chick. You're a side chick because you're getting treated like trash. You're getting treated like second class citizen because you don't know how to carry yourself. You probably don't know. All you know how to do is whatever he wants you to do. No, we ain't digressing. We're not digressing.
No, we definitely.
All of that's part of being a woman. How you carry yourself is very important, and it'll take
also how you allow yourself to be treated. If you allow yourself to be treated like a side chick, then you'll be treated as such. If you carry
yourself that way, everything is tight, showing, revealing, everything is hanging out. That's how you're going to be treated as well. A man not going to respect you. You leaving nothing to the imagination. I'm so tired of seeing women's breasts. I don't want to see. Who wants to see all that? He see it, his boy see it, his uncle seeing it, his cousin seeing it. Everybody know what you look like, naked. That's part of how a man going to treat you.
Yeah, but why should still have to be allowed?
So why is she the marrying kind? Why is she the marrying kind or the main chick? So why is she the wife, and why is she the mistress? Why is she the main chick, and why is she the side chick?
Well, one, dress doesn't really have anything to do with it unless it's that revealing, because then, of course, that's going to be how you're treated. But for the most part, lots of women do wear tight-fitted clothes. Lots of women do like that self-expression, and they do wear things for attention. But again, it comes down to if it's allowed or not. You can approach all day, but again, it still takes two. There still has to be some allowance somewhere with that.
I'm listening. I ain't saying nothing.
No, that's it. I mean, she can go out here in broad panties, bikini, whatever, and she can be approached by 100 different dudes, and she can turn all of them down. But if she's doing that for the mindset for attention, and she's getting that, then of course at that point it's different. Thus, it doesn't really matter what you wear. It really comes down to the mindset that you have. If you have the mindset of, okay, I'm just out here because I'm on the beach and I'm wearing appropriate clothing.
We ain't talking about being on no beach. Everybody naked on the beach.
No. You gonna listen. Because everyone's doing the same thing, but one might be more revealing than the other, but you still got on the exact same thing. But if you're doing one for attention, then the other one is just, I'm just here. I'm just here to have a good time. I'm finally on vacation. I finally get some time to myself. I'm away from the kids, whatever the case may be. It all comes down to mindset. That is it. What's allowed, what's not allowed. What are you doing this for versus what are you trying to get?
What are they trying to get?
That's the mindset. If they're trying to get something, again, this goes down to the whole, hey, I am a side chick, whatever. Because some women, unfortunately, want to be the side chick because they don't want strings attached. No, come over, do your business, and then go back to your wife. Go back to your girlfriend. They know, they just don't care. Again, mindset.
I find that very difficult to believe deep down inside. You know, everybody does things for a reason. Their action is for a reason. You know, somebody that tells you to just come over and just do your business and go back home, that's a person that's probably been hurt a lot in relationships to the point that they're numb. So that's not an answer. You know, that's not an answer to you know, to dealing with the situation either, because they've been hurt.
A lot of it's not. No, that's a lot of it's not. But that's what's going on, and a lot of them do. I know a lot of women who feel that way. They don't want to be in a relationship. They'll find somebody they're cool with, they can vibe with. We have sex. You go home to whatever. I don't even care to ask if you got somebody, you got kids. It just is what it is.
I just feel like it should be a true sisterhood. I believe that the sisterhood should not be just in word. I believe the sisterhood should be also in deed. I don't think that you should sleep with somebody's husband. I don't. I think that, you know, you hear people say, oh, well, he didn't make the vows to me, or I didn't make the vows, but you're a woman, though. You're a woman. He can't cheat by himself. You're a woman. You shouldn't even want to participate in anything like that. Or you a side chick, or you the mistress, and you're doing everything you can to get him to leave his wife and to come with you. Like, where is this? It goes back to the same thing. Where is the loyalty? To me, it all is all in the same pot. How you carry yourself, the clothes you wear, the way you talk, all of that. All of that is part of the mindset, because the mind is what controls what you carry out. And so you can have a mindset all day long. I can tell what you're thinking by what comes out your mouth, how you carry yourself, what clothes you wear. All of that is all in one pot. So my thing is that where's the sisterhood? Where's the loyalty? Where's the loyalty?
The sisterhood only comes into play when somebody is coming to her woman to woman. And at that point, that's when everything comes out. But as far as what you're referring to, that barely exists. No, you shouldn't be talking to me. Go home to that woman, take care of the kids, leave them alone. But again, that comes down to an accountability standpoint. Not only am I being true to self, I'm not going to let you do that to her, whether regardless of the fact I know her or not. Also, with him and his boys, because unfortunately, some of us a little bit too indulgent in these conversations, whereas they're able to speak freely. Oh, I'm with such and such and such and such. Not, hey, dog, you shouldn't be doing that. Go back to her, talk to her, work that out with her. Don't bring nobody else into this mess, because that's going to be hard on them. You're going to lose your family. Like, there's no accountability there, because for the most part, most men don't want to lose their homie. They don't want to lose their dog. So it's like, yeah. So they just play on into it. So that part does not necessarily exist how it should. Again, unless it's, you get this random phone call, and it's like, well, I'm just coming to you, woman, and I'm just letting you know that, you know, he might have said he was with the boys last night and he was with me, and now she goes into this deep detail of what he looked like and the things that he do, and y'all, they're exchanging information. Now she know it. Now the main chick know everything that's going on. The side chick know, because she's trying to ruin what he got over here, so eventually you can leave and go over there with her. Meanwhile, he's just gonna leave both y'all and go find a third chick.
Well, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do leave their wife and go with the side chick. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what her whole goal is, to tear your whole life up. And the thing is that this is playing itself out on one of them little shows. And the thing that's crazy is that this man was put himself out as a pillar in his community as far as business was concerned. But now nobody wants to do business with him, because they're saying that if you can't be loyal and committed to your family and be a man of your word with your family, with your wife, then we're not going to trust to do business with you. And that's why whenever you look at history and you see the ruin of a society or a culture of people, it is always the morals that go first. We've got to get back to morals, and we have to understand that it does pay to have morals. It does pay to have integrity. All of this stuff y'all talking about, does she bring peace? She ain't gonna bring no peace. Ain't nobody gonna bring no peace if they don't have no morals, if they don't have any boundaries set. Okay, the side chick can only, you know what I'm saying? I can only see you from 3 to 5. You know what I'm saying? So there's not going to be any peace until there's some morality, some morals. You know, some morals. And it may sound old fashioned, but it's true. It's the truth.
Well, that's really more what's needed is the old fashionedness. I don't think some things need to change as far as that goes.
Those traditional things.
But I mean, I get that we're in a modern society, but I do believe that certain things need to remain. Like
some things don't go out of style. Morals.
No, I agree. They ain't supposed to, but unfortunately, it's like this is the new age way of doing things, and unfortunately, people just fall into that BS, and it's like, what are we doing? So
I want people to realize how backwards the thinking is. Like that should not make any sense. It is backwards. It is twisted. Why get married and have an open relationship? Because you're trying to protect your material things. Go get your own stuff.
Hey, because no, you can get a prenup for that. It's just the fact that they found something in you they know they're not going to find anywhere else. So again, this is open.
There's no way you can know that. There's no way you're not going to know. You're going to know that you're not going to find that quality in another person. Come on. That is not the only person that has that particular quality. That's ridiculous.
I don't know about that. I believe it. Because you might be looking for something that you might have found the needle in the haystack. And you don't want to let it go because there's still some things within you that you haven't quite worked out yet. So you feel the need to go off and be with whoever, but you don't want to let this thing go. So now here we go.
All I know is that women relationships, this is not Build-A-Bear. You don't get one quality in one person, and then you got another quality in another person, and you're taking all of these people and you're collecting them like the bone collector to make this one ideal person that you have in your mind. Like, this is not Frankenstein. You don't go get to pull an arm and a leg from different people to make the man or make the woman that you want.
That's exactly what's happening. Because ain't no way I'm going to be in a relationship saying, well, why can't you be more like her? No, I'm just going to be with her.
And it's also the reason why a lot of men don't want to get married, because they think they're going to be missing out on that particular woman. It's like, okay, if I marry her, what you say, Dr.?
Yeah, if you marry her, no, that's what I was saying earlier. That whole fear of missing out thing. Yeah, if I get with her, then I won't be able to do this. And again, a lot of times it's not like the homeboys we all can get married at the same time. No, they still single. They're still doing single stuff, and they're not going to hold you accountable. So therefore, when they go out, they're doing their thing. You can't live vicariously through them. So it's like.
But my thing is that if you, first of all, you need to not relegate yourself to a side chick. If you find out you're a side chick, you need to get out of that relationship. And if you're the main chick and you find out about the side chick, you need to get out that relationship. Matter of fact, that's not even a relationship. What's the new term? Situationship, entanglement. You need to get on up out of that. Mm-hmm. Because I think that you need to disarm. A lot of these things would be disarmed. A lot of these things men would not be able to do. We haven't even done the show on the down low men. We ain't even talked about the down low men and how to recognize the down low men. A lot of women, AIDS is still high numbers in the African American community among women. So that means that a lot of men are down low and they're not telling their girlfriends, they're not telling their wives. We talk about the stuff on this show that people will not talk about. And so, because I ain't scared of nobody. And so the thing is that really, people don't talk about this because they're scared. We need to talk about that because we're still battling AIDS among African American women. Okay, the highest numbers. And so we need to talk about that. We probably need to do a show about that. What are the telltale signs that you're dealing with a man on the down low? A lot of these men are down low. You cannot. A lot of these characteristics and behaviors that we're dealing with are misogynistic. You're hating women. The only thing left is men. If you hate women, what is left for you to deal with? Men. And a lot of these men are struggling with their sexuality. They really don't want to be with women. They don't. They really don't want to be with women. If you got a man who always got something negative to say about women all the time, you hate women that much, then that means you must want to be with men, Kevin.
Not Kevin Sanders.
You gonna call a 35-year-old a leftover? You got to be kidding me.
Man.
And women need not fall for that junk. Okay, yes, women shouldn't be having, children by a lot of different men. It happens. Okay, life happens. Maybe it's going to take 5 kids for her to realize. Some things take longer. But for her to call her leftovers, you done lost your mind.
That's just his. I mean, unfortunately, the things that he says plays out with some men because they subliminally feel that way.
No, because they really like men. There's no way you can hate women. It's only 2 things. Only 2, men and women. Now you can call yourself he, she, them, or us, we, whatever. There's only 2, men and women. And if you hate women, the only thing left is men. So you just come on out the closet, Kevin. Come on out. And stop trying to bash women to cover up for the fact that, you got some serious issues with yourself. 35 years old. I don't care how many kids she got. I don't care how many baby daddies she has. She's still a woman. She's still a human being. She still has feelings. Period. Does she have some issues? Yes. Do we all have issues? Absolutely. Some of us are working on our issues and some of us are not. But does she need to be called leftovers? No, she does not.
No.
No.
But again, he can't see the value in that. So we're not gonna even feed into that at all. Because
some women do feed into it. Because he knows that a lot of women have low self-esteem. There's no way you can have multiple broken relationships and a lot of people have multiple broken marriages and not have low self-esteem. He knows that these women have low self-esteem. That's why he makes these type of statements, because he knows that their self-esteem is non-existent and that, they're going to second guess themselves when he says stuff like that. So close us out, Dante, with some words of wisdom for the women. Give the women some hope.
Whew. Let's be. Hold on. Let me go ahead on. What else? Listen, ladies. 1, don't put yourself in a position or allow yourself to be in a position to where you have to choose between being somebody's secret or being somebody's option. Because as long as you're an option, they may be choosing somebody else over you. And if you are that and you're just realizing that, again, what's more important? You and how you feel at that point in time, or you pleasing them because that's what seems right when it's not. Also, to the women who have children, your children are watching. And if you don't want them going through the same thing you're going through, I'm not saying hide it from them, because kids pick up on everything. Everything. The things that you don't think that they see, trust me, they see it. So be that example, not only for yourself, but for them as well, because they are watching. Whatever action that you're doing in front of them, they're going to emulate some way, somehow. Set a standard for yourself. I mean, I know that no one really thinks that, hey, being a side chick is a goal, because it's not. But being someone's number one or being someone's primary should be just that. Have that respect for yourself, because again, people are watching. Not saying that people's opinions matter, because they don't, but also that the opinion of yourself matters more. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to be in that sort of predicament. So don't put yourself in that. Set that standard, get that boundary. Recognize those red flags early on. And the moment they come up, address them immediately. The moment you address them, he's going to let you know right off the bat that maybe this isn't it. Maybe she ain't to be played with. So either one, I'm going to let her go, or we're going to figure something out. But at the end of the day, don't put yourself in that predicament. You don't want nobody calling you or you calling them, coming to them woman to woman, because that don't end well. Also, with that being said, put the link up for the Man's Translation page on YouTube. I do know that a lot of people out there don't have a Facebook page, and that's fine, because YouTube is everywhere. So go ahead and send them this link. Let them get in on some valuable information. And if you know a side chick out there, go and send this to them too. Tell a friend. Tell your mama there. Tell everybody.
See you guys next Sunday.
All right. See you then.